Okay, babe. We are officially in the third trimester. Woo woo! We've actually been in the third trimester a couple days now.
Yep.
It's been a doozy of a couple days though.
For sure.
But I'm 28 weeks and a few days. I'm currently icing my hamstring because it is still not better from when I tweaked, overstretched, or pulled it a week ago. Or actually it was a week and a half ago now.
Yeah.
It's rough. But my pelvis is so much better. I feel like it's healed a lot from the moment my bones grinded together.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful for that. I am sleeping more now. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more tired, and there's also a little bit of the first trimester nausea that has come back, where if I get hungry and then wait too long, I start to feel sick, which happened in the first trimester a lot, and that's repaired a little
It was
bit.
the whole first trimester.
Yeah, that was the whole first trimester. But today I felt the baby's leg across my stomach. It was so cute and was really lovely because yesterday I thought our baby was dying. They're not. They're okay, which I'm really thankful for. But yesterday was a real rough day. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about the pressure of being the mom, the one carrying the baby, and having to be the one to decide of do I need to go to the hospital or not. So it's a really big decision.
For sure.
Anyway, another new symptom is I think I'm having Braxton Hicks, which is wild. Me and Jacob were doing what people do. We were getting it on. And I don't know how to share this in a non-TMI way. You contract muscles when you're having sex. And afterward, my stomach was pointed to the side in a very weird way. It looked not okay. Took a while to soften and go down. And then after it did, later that day and the next day, there was a couple moments where I'd feel it get hard.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think us having sex kind of induced Braxton Hicks in me, which is weird.
Yeah.
They're not super painful, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
Hormonal acne is back all around my mouth, which is not my favorite. But I think that's it. The baby is happy and growing and grooving.
Mm-hmm.
And I love them. My belly button is still intact. I'm waiting for it to disappear. But it's still
to flatten out.
Yeah. Or to stick out a third nipple. Okay, I'm 29 weeks. Not that you can really see, but it's there. My pelvis, it's still clicking a little. It's nowhere near as painful though, and I'm gonna get a chiropractor appointment set up to hopefully help that. And then I feel like my only other new thing is I want ice water to drink, which is a common people thing, but not a common me thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like a little cooler than room temp water normally. But now that water doesn't quench my thirst. I need iced water.
Yeah.
I feel like that's it. I feel like besides that I'm doing really well.
Yeah. It's been we're a week into the third trimester, so I can't really judge the whole third trimester, but so far it's been good. We've been a little bit more tired. Not
That's
to the
true.
severity of the first trimester, but it's kind of triggering to the first trimester a bit. Because normally she doesn't take naps, and she's taking a couple.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I am 31 weeks and a few days. I am still so thirsty, and ice water is still the only thing on planet Earth that will quench me. I normally am a very cold human. Recently I've been like hot and sweating before Jacob is, which like never ever happened before.
Yeah.
We were always like, I would want the heat on in the car and he'd want the AC. But now I want the AC and he's like, can we turn it off?
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Super weird. Like a lot of times when we go to Iowa, even in like the winter, I'll like for the car ride there, I'll wear like shorts and t-shirt.
Because he knows he'll sweat with how warm I want the heat.
Yeah.
But
now it's
anyway,
different.
baby brain. I didn't really believe it was real, to be honest. I thought it was fake. I thought people were being over dramatic, or just like that they were like just like mentally overwhelmed and then like making excuses and calling it baby brain, but they were actually just overwhelmed. Now I think it might be a real thing. Because I will ask Jacob something, he'll answer me, and then I will ask him the same thing a few seconds later. Because I don't remember asking him or him answering me. At all. Or we were in the store, and I couldn't remember how to add 3 and 1. I had to use my fingers. Like, that, I should know that. I should know that.
So I forgot about that one.
Yeah. So, I don't know, baby brain might be real. But I feel like kind of the biggest update is I had a doctor appointment this week, and they're concerned that the baby isn't like growing. They weren't like super concerned about it, because like we could just make small babies, but they're still like growing and healthy. But they want to double check just to be safe. So we have a follow-up ultrasound in a couple weeks, which I feel a little nervous about because I want the baby to be okay. And also was just so annoying to me because the number one comment I've gotten in pregnancy is, oh my gosh, you're so tiny, you're so small, and like things in regards to that. And every time it happens, I'm like kind of uncomfortable because I can't really control the size of like my bump and the way that it's growing. But then also, me and Jacob have had this conversation multiple times where I was like, but what if I'm small because the baby's not okay? And like, they're not growing. And people are telling me I'm like tiny as like kind of a weird compliment, but actually like the baby's not doing well. And so it's been like an annoying comment to get, and I wish people would just like not comment on pregnant ladies' bump size because they have no idea what's going on. I am 33 weeks and 6 days today. We had the follow-up ultrasound yesterday because the baby was small, and they're still small. They actually like didn't pass all the tests they were doing on the ultrasound, and so then we had to go and do a non-stress test, which was stressful because we didn't know what would happen if like they failed that test. Like, what's the next thing that you do? Thankfully they passed that test, and it's Memorial Day weekend, and we did that test on a Friday, so now we have to wait until Tuesday to like talk to our OB about like our baby and how they're doing. So we're trying not to be stressed out about that. But in other news, I'm sitting on my birth ball, which I do a lot now because it feels real nice. I also feel like I've started to swell more recently, like in my hands and feet and face. And I'm so thirsty all the time.
How's your leg doing?
Oh, my leg is still not great. It's getting better, but it's still like my knee swells up, and it interferes with like every day basically in some way or the other. So I'm glad it's improving, but still not Gucci. Oh, my belly button's off centered.
I forgot.
The baby normally hangs out on my right side, and so my stomach is kind of like at an angle at all times. And my belly button, like, is it weird to show? It's here. It should be like here. That's not the middle of my stomach. But also, this is our baby.
Yeah.
Almost 34 weeks old. Yeah, so that's weird. I didn't know your belly button could become off-centered, but it can.
That was anticlimactic.
Okay, well, first impressions, it smells terrible.
That is so weird.
That is so tiny. We can't get it out of the base. Surely that would not be it, because who's gonna press that both times?
Or like, how do you?
Normally there's something like here, like this, in my mind, should be it.
Can you press down the other one? You duck.
Car seat user guide. It's in the back.
Oh.
There. Oh! We got the mirror, the car seat base, and we're gonna take the car seat all out to the car. See if we can put him in. Like Jacob did when we made a baby. What? What a dad. Flawless. Okay, we are
Week 36.
36.
Update.
Yeah, we should have updated last week. It was a big week.
Yes, it was.
Um,
Very big.
I feel like we just didn't get to because we were processing all the info.
We got officially diagnosed with asymmetrical intrauterine growth restriction, which means they're small. And there's not enough nourishment getting to them.
Yeah, it basically means like the placenta's not working the way that it should. And so they can't grow the way that they should.
So with that diagnosis, they said, we would like to induce you probably at 38 weeks. And we freaked out. We're like, oh my gosh, that's like,
So much
I think
sooner
it was
than we
like
thought.
3 weeks from when we heard it.
Yeah.
We're like, what?
It was just like we were gonna monitor baby a lot
Yeah.
more. I have appointments twice a week just to make sure that like they are okay, that nothing goes downhill with the placenta. And then it went a little downhill with the placenta
It did.
on last Friday.
Because she had just one of those appointments.
So they called me today. They were like, hey, your cord doesn't look great. We're going to keep monitoring it, but we would like to induce you at 37 weeks.
Which is next week.
Which is next week. Specifically, they want to induce us in 8 days.
Yeah. From today.
Yeah. Which we feel a lot of peace about. Like, we've been praying about it a lot, and we do think it's like the right decision. We're also just freaking out because we were prepared for like 43 weeks we give birth.
Yeah, because we were like really preparing to go over because it's the first baby.
And like my mom went over with all of her babies. People are like, you never go early with your first baby.
We're going early with your first
We're
baby.
going real early.
We are looking at no NICU time. And like,
What do you mean we're looking at?
I meant to say praying.
We're praying for no NICU time.
I wondered why that sounded
For
weird.
baby to gain some fat so they can regulate their body temp.
Yeah, because they'll be pretty small when they come. And any day.
Oh my gosh.
So
We have so much to do.
yeah, so we have a lot to do around the house. Meaning like final organization things. We've been trying to get the smell out of the dresser since we got it, like 2 months ago ish. It's not out yet.
Because we got it at an antique store and it smells like an antique store. And for some reason the smell is not coming out.
Yeah. So we've been working on that. And then the like final organization of things. Waiting for a couple things to come in the mail. And
some prints for the baby's room is supposed to come the day before we're getting induced.
Crazy. So we will see what that is like. Her leg still hurts.
Yeah, it's not
Bothers a
great.
lot. Yeah. And we're like kind of worried, also praying about that with labor, that it would be like not a thing in labor.
Yeah.
Because it can like take her out for a day sometimes. Like if she has a bigger day, then take her out the next day. But
I think that's it.
yeah.
No big deal. Just gonna have a baby. So, sorry, I'm bouncing on the ball.
You looked very energetic compared to me just sitting still.
Do you have the
Scissors?
Yeah. Ouch! You ran over my toe!
Sorry.
Goodbye.
That's crazy.
This is so weird.